You are now about to witness the awesome, crushing might of the Robinson show. Stomper! Welcome, my friends, to a show that seemingly never got before the end. Not at all, baby. Not at all. This is version 3. Oh, 4. 2. I mean, you guys on the show, stop on the show. It's Eugene S. Robinson. Yeah, I messed up the days. So what? I tricked you. Those of you who were expecting on Monday, I tell ya, not so much that I lie. I just say stuff that doesn't come true. I got the days mixed up. It's easy. Anybody can do that. Thanksgiving holidays. If you read the Substack, you know I'm in a good mood. Maybe. Kinda. Me being in a good mood, I had 4 unsubscriptions immediately, like in the first 5 minutes. Remember that guy that used to be sitting on the sucks button? Yeah, those are the people don't like the holiday cheer. They can go fuck themselves. That's all right. Well, let's let Bob Riley sing us his as he has every single week since 2007. Stigmata, intro, all of nothing from Calling of the Just, still available from Repercussions, Huntington Beach, California. When they shoot you to death at nightclub, they get caught with a hammer and run your man coach them out of town. Start on some kind of restaurant that will fail in Central Florida. But I'm taking a real good look at you. A real good look at your face. So being payback is always nothing. All right. Hey, I got the title right this time, too. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm in the freezing room again. Where is it? You know, after years of making music, some guy, I was in the studio with Monty Valier, so it's not even some guy. Monty Valier, he's recorded all my vocals, or my offline vocals that have not been Joe Ciccarelli. Hold on. How about that? For years, said it's easy. The left side is always the side with the wire in it. I said, man, I've been making music since 1980. I never figured that out. Attention to detail. Yeah, well, maybe not. Anyway, so there you go. That is my left side. This is my left hand, just FYI. And this is the hand with the pipe. So anyway, let's go back a little bit in the week. I know I told you that there was a possibility I wouldn't be doing this show today, but would instead be doing it Monday. I fucked up. I forgot. Part of it is at a Gold's Gym many a moon ago, I made friends with an airplane mechanic. Ken Donna Shalala be on my own show. And he started telling me about air travel and about how he hates to do it and doesn't do it unless he absolutely has to, because he knows how much the guys who work on those planes hate their jobs and don't give a crap about what they're doing. And they're squeezed between the company trying to save money and doing a good job. And that nightmare story after nightmare story. And then flying became a personal tragedy for me each and every time I do it. Somehow, if I fly with the family, I'm a little less tense. Something about all dying together that makes it, that makes it like, look, God wanted this to happen, bro. Who could fight this? But the other way, it just seems like a terrible, terrible mistake or an accident, right? So chat is quiet. Oh, you know why? Sorry. Let's do this. How about that? That's got to be better. Got to be better. But then I look like a nut. Hold on. Let's do this. Look like a nut. Like a nut. Here, let's do this. That's got to be better, right? Mr. Beaton, is that better? Let me know. Anyway. So flying together, Oh, this, yeah, because everybody's celebrating. So I could have actually kept the hood on, but that's all right. The room is warming up now because I turned on the heater. So, um, I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, no, it doesn't matter. What does matter? What does matter is that flew off to New York, had Thanksgiving with the family. Mostly everybody showed up. I had one sister. One of my four sisters didn't show up because she lives down in Maryland. And then my other sister in Maryland hasn't spoken to me in over, well, who knows? Since 2018. She came by to see me, and at that point in the evening, when you're taking your leave of each other, it'd be like, "Hey, we should." She just goes, "Okay, bye," and I was like, "Yeah, bye." She apparently was upset with me recently for Father Final Installment. If you've read that Substack, where I was extolling the virtues of the death of my father, she somehow got irked by this. Asked my other sister for my phone number. And he didn't die in 2018, but I'm just talking about recently. Last time I saw her physically was 2018, but because she thought he wanted her to do so, she began not speaking to me. And then he died, and I wrote the piece extolling the virtues of his death, and she was angry. I told my other sister, give me his number. And my other sister, first of all, it's his father, and he can say whatever the fuck he wants. Second of all, here's his number. And so nobody ever called me or had the audacity to call me. Maybe it was at the behest of my father's piece of shit, now widowed wife, but who knows? You can see that this was not the spirit in which I intended to celebrate the holidays, so it was fine. I texted my sister, who I am speaking to, and because I am not speaking to anybody. I speak to everybody, but she's chosen not to speak to me. My other sister, the third one, we exchanged greetings, but she spent it in Maryland. But everybody else, 2 sisters, 4 daughters, grandmother, her husband, their husbands, everybody showed up, and a bunch of folks who I didn't even know showed up for Kimberly and Dawn. Don't know who they are, but they were nice people, and they showed up, and we had a great time in Flatbush. And I thought I could have maybe squeezed in, maybe squeezed in a if the shoes fit, but I didn't want to do that right after we got to the hotel and the kid was bumping off the wall and the flight, it was too much. But this is all right. This is perfect. This is perfect timing and much better than tomorrow. So for the few of you who were not zagged by my zig, glad to see you. So Thanksgiving was on Thursday. And I have to tell you, at odd points during phrases would pop in my head at odd points during the meal or during the occasion, during my time when I was there. I was like, my heart is full. Like this was, I don't like Vito Corleone says, a man who doesn't spend time with his family is nothing. So spending time with your family, suddenly I was like, bygones are bygones. I was pretty much happy to see everybody there. And and I got some good stories which I'll get into later, apropos of the topic at hand. But it was a grand holiday, and for those people who like moaning and groaning about how they hate the fucking holidays, yeah, I've done that too in the past. Like I say in the Substack, which I know you probably didn't have time to read before the show started, I say that too. But what I appreciate about the holidays is real and actual, as well as virtual magic. Right. And I go on with the piece, and magic being the repository for places where mystery dwells. I love that about the holidays. Still, as soon as I could, I would do it all year round if I could, but I can't because I drive people around me crazy. But I woke up this morning. First thing I did, walked by the phone, didn't look at the phone, didn't care about the news of the day, grabbed the kid, walked into the kitchen, turned on Christmas music. I can do it now for the entire month without being castigated by those. And I figured the breakdown, I couldn't really say this in the Substack because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but the breakdown, and I kind of said it, but I said it in a complicated way. Here, I'll say it in a simple way. If your childhood sucked, you hate these holidays. That's it. That's it. And I don't mean suck like, we were at welfare. We were, if they were like, for example, I believe, and I could be wrong, I could ask him about this. I believe I have an overall better take on, not better, better is a wrong word, a more joyful take on the holidays than say my sisters do. I'm 10 years older than one of my sisters, and 11 years older than the other. Not the one in DC is maybe 8 years younger than me. So that means that let's see, when their their parents, because we have different fathers, so my mother's marriage to my stepfather, when it started to decline, my sisters were probably let's see, I was 15, so they were 5 and they were 4. So they had magic connected to the holidays up until 5 and 4, but then there was a lot of horrible fighting the last 3 years of their marriage, and my sister still loved the holidays. All they needed was 4 years, 4 years, 4 years of like good magical holidays where mystery was afoot, and I think they still appreciate it. I mean, they fully knee deep in Thanksgiving. Same with Christmas, the holidays. We all love it. Now, but I say that I love it even a little bit more because my mother's divorce from my father was even full of mystery. Like all of a sudden I say, hey, where's dad? And one day I noticed, hey, dude's not around. Oh, he's got a city apartment. I was like, whoa, that sounds cool. A city apartment. We got, yeah, you're going to go over there, stay sometimes. I was like, oh, wow, I love this city apartment. I loved it. He had his weights out and stuff like that. So yeah, so for me, and then Dougal came, it was effortless. It was like, but that's because I was like an only child until I was 10. So there was no other thing to focus. But I still remember 10, 11, 12, and still until the decline of their marriage, these were great holidays for me. So I had at least a decade plus of them being phenomenal. Thanksgiving, phenomenal. You see your Uncle Teddy and your aunt and all these people that you just love. I don't remember hating anybody then. Yeah, well, one, my godfather's husband, I didn't like because he was always messing with me with my skin. Your skin is, and then then turns out that the guy, I flipped out on him finally when I was 15 because he was touching my face. He's like, oh, your skin, and then I didn't see him again until I was like 35. And I didn't realize that he had the early stages of dementia when I was like 35 or 30. And he came out to see me in California. And literally in the first 120 seconds of me jumping in their car, we were all going to go out to lunch. And the first 120 seconds, he's like, your skin. Yeah. And I was in the back of the car. I just laughed. I'm like, yeah, David. Yeah. His name was David. Or no, it was Dickie. No, I can't. We always just call him David and Dickie because they're married for so long. So I don't remember. It's David. The one who got thrown for the plate glass window from my grandmother. You're going to let that man talk to me that way? At some bar where they were drinking. So he dutifully walks over. You can't talk to my lady friend that way. And it got thrown through the plate glass window. So he was great. He died sadly a few years ago from the dementia. And then his longtime husband, in a turn that nobody expected, got married to a woman. Bisexuality for the win. 30 years with David and Dickie. David dies, dude turns around. He's like, yeah, meet my wife. Bro, what a great turnaround. Almost as great as the singer, who I can't remember the name of the band, who did this whole hullabaloo about being trans, became woman, and then 8 years later was like, yeah, I had enough of that. Which is bolstered by the argument made by Jim Forat, who was the first guy to throw a punch at the Stonewall riots that kicked off the gay liberation movement. Now, Jim Forat, I knew as mostly a club owner and a promoter in the 70s and 80s. Danceteria, a couple of clubs. I had no idea that he was like, this guy who was the first guy to throw a punch at when this cops came to bust a gay bar in the West Village. It's like, fuck this. They had enough. And that was Jim Forat. And Jim Forat is in these days more closely aligned with this anti-trans rhetoric because he's an out and proud, longtime gay man. And he says that half of these people, and I'm presuming he means the male half, are just self-hating homosexuals. And this certainly seems like the argument, like, dude wanted to fuck some dude, so, well, what's the best way to do that? Hey, maybe I should become a woman. Of course, I'm not making that claim. I don't know what's going on in interior life, but he was saying that whatever, acne or something, I had some blemishes. I don't know what he was talking about. I mean, when it's 15, yeah, maybe I had a pimple. Who knows? So anyway, but then I mean, in the whole trans thing, and I'm not a TERF. I have a lot of trans friends and completely support their struggles to be. It's heartbreaking, their struggles to just be who the fuck they want to be. I did. That was a one time that I was doing a transcript for the horrible Carlos Watson show, and he was interviewing this fairly famous trans woman, and she was talking about the person that inspired her the most, and she was from Jamaica, and she started talking about this woman in Jamaica who was trans, and every day the small village that they lived in Jamaica, everybody in the village, it was like, what am I going to do today? I don't know. Let's fuck with Lenore or whatever her name was, and that was just daily, on the daily, throwing stuff, punching her, knocking her down, just every fucking day. And she's talking about the strength this woman had just to be herself and do it. And I'm reading this transcript, and let me tell you, the Carlos Watson show was terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But in that moment, as I'm editing the transcript for him for his show, which was my last year at Ozzy, and a special kick in the ass, I'm reading it, and my eyes get hot, and I start to tear up, because it's like, unless you've been gang attacked, you don't know fucking isolation until you got 20 people fucking chasing you. You don't know what that's like. Yeah, I know. And having been somebody who I drove by the park today, 2 days ago, where that happened, on the edge of Crown Heights and the Marcy apartment project, where I got surrounded by 20 Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and got the shit kicked out of me. That is not fucking fun. That is so much not fun. Yeah, there we go. London's in the house. That is so much not fun. After that happened, I was like, that shit's never going to happen again. And it hasn't. I mean, the thing I went to the hospital for was me fighting 2 or 3 guys. That's not a gang. That's not a gang. Yeah. The kid wants to say goodbye to y'all or say something to y'all. So let me get the door open. So the first thing is, Tuesday, back on the show. If the shoes fit, I'm gonna took a break off from Bad Boss Brief. Gonna record that this week. Got that coming up. Got a good one. Did a Thanksgiving holiday piece, also not just in the Substack for Decibel. And then what happened? The piece on Decibel, the Substack today. Oh! Of course, how could I forget the unboxing video? You got to get to the end of the Substack to see the unboxing video. It took everything in my power not to film that a million times, because I've got my walking around weight. Sorry, right now is 224. I got in the next 2 months before the 4 shows we have, Buñuel has in Italy, I have to lose 14 pounds. So I look like a pig in the video. But well, yeah, Sub Rosa, yeah, there was one I think on the last show, or maybe we just kept it in the show. I don't remember. Oh, let me open the door so the kid can come in. She wants to participate. I had to lock the door because I don't want to be talking about Jesus Christ, all that stuff. Physically, I'm a wreck. The knee is a little bit better, but there we hold on. Yeah, Cora. Here she comes. Here. So that's the week. Try not to die between now and next Sunday. Hi. Come on. Now, she's out of breath. You say hi to everybody? Hi. You see, they're all writing here. Hey, well, you smell funny. What are you doing? What are you eating? Fish. Oh, that's what you smell like. All right, kid. All right. So I'll be out in a second. So that's the week, the first week of December. Had to leave November behind. Try not to die between now and next week. As usual, this is only free when it's live. TM is keeping you guys going, keeping you guys afloat. So if you want to contribute, today I got to pay June $400. It's $100 a week. So chip in if you can. I got it. Yeah, there he is. TM, I don't know if you want me to mention your whole name, but you are the new Tommy Pounds, keeping the show afloat. Thank you for the input. Anyway, let's try not to die between now and next week. You know what they say. Look what you made me do! Don't die